Alrighty, well, we are finally going to call to order. It is 9:48 and good morning. We're going to call the January panel meeting to order. Can I please get a roll call of members present?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending the January panel meeting. Before we begin, there are a few housekeeping announcements. If you are here in the auditorium in order to avoid distant disruption of the recordings, please do not stream via mobile device or connect to Zoom platform as it will interfere with the recording and sound system. If you are attending the meeting in person and presenting or providing comments, please step up to the podium and speak clearly into the microphone. For those who are viewing or attending the meeting virtually and would like to make a public comment, please use the raise hand feature and wait for your name to be called, at which time you will be unmuted. Please speak clearly, state your name, title, and the company you are representing. You will be given 30 minutes to speak. Moving on to roll call. Douglas Tracy.
Here.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Here.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Here.
Ricky Smile.
Here.
Kristen Bell.
Here.
Gretchen Newsom.
Here.
Madison Hill.
Present.
Michael Hill. Chair Betancourt, there are 5 members present and 2 virtual members. There is a quorum. Also present, Jessica Grimes, Executive Director, Peter Cooper, Assistant Director, Kumani Armstrong, Assistant Director, Chief Counsel, Tara Armstrong, ZIO, Chief of Technology, Laura Campbell, Chief Program Operations.
Thank you. Gretchen Madison, can you confirm if audio just now was clear or choppy, as it was choppy in the room?
It's choppy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It sounded like it was in a tunnel possibly, or broken up.
Broken up.
Okay. I think we probably need to sort this before we move. Or you want us to move on? Yes.
It sounded like it was getting a little better, and try it one more time and see if it was working.
Yeah.
Google script. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending the January panel meeting. Before we begin, there are a few housekeeping announcements. If you are here in the auditorium in order to avoid a persistent disruption of the proceedings, please do not stream via mobile device or connect to Zoom platform as it will interfere with our recording and sound system. If you are attending the meeting in person and presenting or providing comment, please step up to the podium and speak clearly into the microphone. For those who are viewing or attending the meeting virtually and would like to make a public comment, please use the raise hand feature and wait for your name to be called, at which time you will be unmuted. Please speak clearly, state your name, title, and the company you are representing. You will be given 3 minutes to speak. Moving on to roll call. Douglas Tracy.
Present.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Present.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Present.
Ricky Smiles.
Present.
Kristen Browski.
Present.
Gretchen Newsom.
Present and better.
Madison Hall.
Present.
Michael Hill. Chair Betancourt, there are 5 members present and 2 virtual members. There is a quorum. Also present, Jessica Grimes, Executive Director, Peter Cooper, Assistant Director, Kumani Armstrong, Assistant Director, Chief Counsel, Tara Armstrong, CIO, Chief of Technology, Laura Campbell, Chief Program Operations.
Thank you. Gretchen Madison, was that better? It was definitely better here.
Much better.
Get that. She's behind me. I can't do that. I'm gonna have to look that way. Okay. All right. So moving into business, first of all, I'm looking to see if there's an approval of this month January's panel meeting agenda. And if anyone has any amendments, motion. Okay.
I second.
Seconds.
But I have a policy committee report right after executive. So with that amendment, I would approve.
So policy after executive. Okay, that needs to be added in. All right, so do I have the motion and a second to approve? Can I go to a roll call vote to approve this?
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Kristen Browski.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
Thank you. And then I am looking for an approval of December's panel meeting minutes. Does anyone have any corrections they would like made to those meeting minutes?
I do. I'd
Okay,
like to make a motion to approve the December panel minutes with the following corrections. Under tab number 21, Pacific Gas and Electric Company, I abstained from this vote. Under tab 42, Valley Builders Exchange, Inc., second paragraph, second sentence is a question, not a statement. Under tab 43, Wonderful Orchard LLC, I voted nay. And with that, I move approval.
Second.
thank you. Can I get a roll call vote for that, please?
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Browski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
All right, thank you. So that moves us out of our approvals of the agendas and meeting minutes. We're now going to move into executive, can't even speak, executive reports. So I'm going to hand the ball over, I believe.
Thank you, Chair Betancourt. I just want to thank staff for working diligently to get us up and running with the audiovisual, and for everyone here for your patience. I know we're nearing the end of January, but I think it's not too late to wish everyone a happy new year. So happy new year. Before I begin my report, I would like to pause and share that ETP stands in solidarity with all those impacted by the wildfires in Southern California, including our staff and affected contractors. This is a critical time for us to come together and offer support to help mitigate the effects of the situation. ETP is continually monitoring this situation and providing just-in-time technical assistance and information in support of economic recovery. I also want to thank the staff at the North Hollywood Regional Office, as well as the Economic Development Unit, for all of their proactive efforts in reaching out and providing support to our contractors. In addition, I want to thank our HR staff for providing support to staff during this difficult time. Our data analytics unit has done a deep dive of the impacted areas, and the initial report shows a potential impact of just under 17,000 trainees for an estimated amount of over 15 million. It appears that there may be 59 workplaces that are in the zip codes of the affected areas, but as I said before, we are continuing to monitor. I want to call attention to an action item on today's agenda to approve some updates to the rapid employment strategies on natural disasters, or better known as RESPOND program guidelines, which, if approved, will be posted on our website as one of the resources that can be used for eligible contractors. To the panel, I do expect that we will begin to see proposals from the RESPOND program, so we will be sure to keep you updated on those developments. In addition to the action item for the revised program guidelines presented by Laura Campbell, she will be presenting on two other policy committee items: the Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Training Program, or EVITP, and the Certified Safety and Training Guidelines. Also, Jana Lazarevich will be presenting the Social Entrepreneurs for Economic Development, or SEED grant awardees. For today's panel, we have 31 proposals plus the 5 SEED grant awardees coming forward for approval, 12 of which are delegation proposals, 15 single employer, 3 MECs, and 1 critical proposal. Some quick data to note are that 54% of the proposals are from repeat contractors, 45% new contractors, 45% are in the priority industry of manufacturing, 45% are small businesses, 21% from high unemployment areas, and 16% are serving small businesses. Review and action on these proposals will be presented by the following managers: Heather Miguel and Jenna Lazarevich. Before we move forward with the rest of the executive report, I want to pause and share some news. Jaime Gutierrez, who served as the Chief Deputy Director for ETP for the past 3.5 years, has accepted a promotional position as the Executive Director for the Pacific Gateway Innovation Network. Jaime has been in state service for a total of 25 years, 11 of which have been in workforce. We already miss him, but know that with the knowledge, skills, and experience he brings, he is a tremendous addition to that team. And who knows, maybe sometime down the line, we'll see a proposal come forward from that quarter. And now for the continuation of the executive report, we have the following presenters. An information technology update from Chief Information Officer Tara Armstrong, and after that, a budget report, as well as a request to adopt the consent calendar proposals from Chief of Program Operations, Laura Campbell. That concludes my part of the executive report, so I'll hand it over to Tara.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Excellent. Thank you for your patience with our technical difficulties. We can test it many times and you still always potentially have something go wrong. So thank you. So good morning, panel members and stakeholders. My name is Tara Armstrong. I am your Deputy Director and CIO for ETP. I do have a slide on screen to share with you today. I wanted to go over our high-level 2024 accomplishments and our 2025 goals. In 2024, we have made significant efforts to improve our security maturity to ensure ongoing protection of sensitive information. And this was seen in our military assessment performed just this last year. Last year, ETP also made large adoptions to automation, boosting efficiency. For example, the panel proposal development process and our revision processing. ETP has also strengthened communications, which was seen in our new phone system to support a hybrid environment. These were agency-wide efforts and couldn't have been done without the adoption of everyone within it. So thank you for all your contributions. For 2025 high-level goals, we are exploring training trends and the use of data and AI adoption this next year. We are continuing our automation efficiencies. We are improving our disaster recovery strategy, which we will be leveraging cloud with built-in redundancy, protection, and security, and adopting an overall cloud smart environment. This concludes my report today, and if there's not any questions, I will pass it to Michael Cable.
Good morning, panel members. Mike Cable, your staff attorney. We just started the California legislative session for 2025-2026. So as of this morning, you will not see a legislative memorandum in your panel packet. The last day for bills to be introduced is on February 21st. Our next panel meeting is on February 28th. So I anticipate having a legislative memorandum for you for the next panel meeting. Of course, if there's any bills that you want us to track, your legal unit tracks those bills as it's going through the legislative process. So if there's anything you're interested in or want us to track, just let either Liz Tessler or I know, and we will add it to the list. So quick report for me, and I'm handing it over to Laura. Thank you.
Can I just really check? It didn't sound like you were mic'd there, Matt, or was it just me? It sounded like he was very much, I didn't hear the echo like I could with each other earlier. Could online hear? I don't think that mic was working.
Oh, could you hear? Panel members
Gretchen here?
above as well.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, they could. Okay, it didn't sound mic'd. That's why I wanted to check.
Thank you. I talk loud so they can probably hear.
Yeah, through the internet.
Thank you.
Good morning and welcome panel members and stakeholders. Thank you for the opportunity to provide a summary of the employment training panel's funding. Before I begin, I would like to announce that we have one new hire to ETP. Please join me in welcoming Tara Ramirez to the Sacramento Regional Office. Regarding funding, today's panel meeting is for approximately $6.4 million. That includes 12 approved delegation orders for a total of $704,312. Delegation orders are proposals capped at $75,000 and approved under delegated authority by the director on a continuous flow basis. For this state fiscal year, ETP has approved a total of 22 delegation orders. Also included, we have 7 projects on the consent calendar for $1,148,504. If all the proposals scheduled for the panel meeting are funded today, the panel will be approving 31 projects. Regarding demand, we have 196 applications in demand. 103 applications are currently with the regional offices in development. 23 applications are under review by the application and assessment unit. 70 submitted applications are pending review. The estimated value of 196 applications is $103.7 million and breaks down as follows. 32.6 million in demand for single employer contracts, 11 million in demand for small business, 59 million in demand for multiple employer contracts, 446,000 in demand for apprenticeships, 593,000 in demand for critical proposals. Regarding allocations, we are currently within our total allocations for state fiscal year 24-25. That is the final portion of my report, and I have one action item related to the consent calendar. Please note that 2 proposals have been removed from the consent calendar: Alpine Corporation Tab 1 and Scaled Composites LLC Tab 7. Additionally, Karma Automotive Tab 5 has withdrawn their proposal and will be attending a future panel meeting. I would like to request panel members identify if they would like to pull any additional proposals from today's consent calendar.
Sounds like there's quiet.
All right. I would like to request the motion to approve the consent calendar with the exception of Alpine Corporation and Scaled Composites, which will be heard individually in order.
Laura, can you do approval of consent once we've done policy, so we keep all the proposals together? Does that make sense? Thank you. But we will come back to that for that consent approval.
Thank you, Madam Chair and panel members. I would like to hand it back to you, Madam Chair, for the next topic on the agenda.
Thank you. I am going to pass it over to Gretchen, I believe, for a policy committee update. And then I believe we have some actions as well on that one.
I think the actions are later in the agenda, but just a brief policy committee update. As I mentioned in the policy report at the December 2024 panel meeting, we had an opening on the ETP policy committee. And at the time I stated that any panel members who are interested should reach out to Director Grimes. So I am pleased to announce that both Mike Hill and Jennifer Fothergill have expressed an interest in serving on the ETP Policy Committee, and we are excited to have them join us and look forward to many interesting and vibrant discussions in future meetings. And their first meeting will be in February. So please join me in congratulating Mike Hill and Jennifer Fothergill. And that is my report.
You are correct, Gretchen. It's later in the agenda. I'm jumping ahead of myself. All right. I think we're now coming back to consent to look at the consent calendar and those items excluding tab 1 and 7, which are being pulled, and tab 5 that is withdrawn. You're looking for an approval and a motion, correct?
I have one more change.
Already. Let's see.
So Alpine Corporation Tab 1 has also withdrawn and will be attending a future panel.
Okay.
So it would just be Scaled Composites LLC Tab 7, which would be removed from the consent calendar.
All righty. So someone want to make a motion for approval of the consent calendar with all of those pieces?
Motion to approve.
What am I approving? What are you approving?
Consent calendar.
Oh, he's taking this though from having covered me.
Motion to approve the consent calendar as presented with the exclusions.
Is that good enough for the record? Or do you want us to call out the exclusions? You got it? You good? Okay. All right. So the motion to approve, do I have a second?
Second.
All right. Please, can I go to roll call vote?
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Chris Dombrowski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
All right. And I've just realized I've missed one piece. This is called taking a month off work and baby brain. Do we have any public comment on those consent calendar items? No.
No public comments online.
No public comments online, none in the auditorium, so therefore our vote will stand as we were all in favour. So those on the consent calendar have been approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, we're now moving into main proposals.
Good morning, panel members. Can you hear me okay? Okay. I also have baby brain and have been off, so bear with me if I fumble, and we're in this setting. So first we have pulled from consent is Scaled Composites, so please turn to tab 7. proposal for Scaled Composites LLC. They are a repeat contractor requesting $205,632 to serve 204 workers. Training will take place at the location in Kern County. And one thing I do want to note is that this project has been right-sized to earnings from a most recent project. And here today, this morning, we have representatives from Scaled Composites to answer any questions.
Good morning. My name is Scott McDivitt. I'm a human resources business partner with Scaled Composites. We are an innovative aerospace prototyping and manufacturing company located in Kern County. Obviously, training employees in new skills, methodologies, and practice is crucial for keeping them engaged and for doing the important work that we do. We did underperform our previous contract due to a couple of reasons, one of them being the departure of our key point person and the time it took to restore our administrative process. However, we now do have several significant new programs under contract that will require us to hire additional employees. Thank you. Will require us to hire and also do a lot of training to get everybody up to speed, of course. We've also, in the last 6 months of our previous contract, did really re-ingrain the training mindset and the administrative process around that. And then we have a cohesive plan moving forward to ensure that we do perform on an upcoming funded contract. That includes hiring a replacement for that manufacturing development manager role, and also gaining support from our business program management team to get up to speed data and tracking on how we're doing on our training. And then we also have upcoming engagement meetings with our managers to make sure that they're up to speed on the curriculum and to work with them and coordinate on training schedules, and just continually fostering proactive partnerships between our managers, HR, and manufacturing development. So thank you for your consideration, and I'm available to take questions.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions on the proposal? Waiting to hear. I think my biggest piece when I look at it is prior performance and sitting at 47%, coming in, right sizing. So your initial proposal, whatever amount was coming in, it's going to come in at like 47% of 200,000. It's still very much an underperform last time. It's really feeling, can you help fill us with confidence that we will perform this time? We've got repeat contractor rules in place now as well, that if you hit under 75%, it makes it harder as well. It's very hard when you're seeing a 47% you achieved in a much smaller contract, 100% back in 2020 to 2022, which, as we all know, was a very bizarre time for everyone when it comes to training, when it comes to workforce and everything. And we achieved 100%. This time around, we're at 47. Can you just give us a bit more around what we're doing to really ensure success for this contract?
Yeah, and a lot of it is around the environment of our company right now. We have several new programs on contract, which means we will be hiring significantly this year. So we'll, of course, need to be training those employees. And we had a bit of a downturn the last couple of years, which resulted, obviously, in less work going on and less need for a lot of our training is around new skills, new processes, new materials. So with those significant contracts in place, we are confident that we have a lot of need. And then we, of course, have, like I already mentioned, the personnel in place to coordinate that and oversee that.
What's your average training hours per employee that you're putting through the contract? Do you have a rough average of like some of your larger programs? Yeah.
Average training hours.
Like the employee going through training, you show a 35 hours and a large number of employees. I'm not going to say it's the way to game the system, but one of the best ways to think about it is looking at your larger training programs with longer hours. So you're bringing in your maximum per employee to help you achieve. And that's where we see a lot of really good achievement in contracts, because they're focusing on, we have that 200-hour block.
Yeah.
I would just highly encourage to look at, like, as you work through what you're submitting, you're really looking at those programs, because that's where most that have good performance have really focused, and it is less administration in some ways because you've got less employees to have to submit because you've got longer hours per trainee.
Yeah.
Just as a piece of having seen lots of contracts and managed contracts in the past, that's one thing just to kind of keep in the back of your mind as you're managing through in that.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we do have our biggest program is around our manufacturing department, and we will have many employees go much higher than that 35.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, Chairperson, it's about 30 hours, a little over 30 hours average.
Okay, so average of about 30 hours over the duration. Okay. All right, thank you. Any other questions from the panel? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve Scale Composites LLC, contract number ET 250205 in the amount of $205,632.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And it looks like there's none in the room, so we will go to vote, please.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Bettencourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Browski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hill.
Aye.
All right, so we all voted in favor, therefore the motion is adopted. Good luck.
Okay, panel members, do you have one? Okay. Am I going out of order? Okay, sorry. Okay, panel members, we're going to turn to tab 14. Oh, for seed. Okay, sorry, we're going to seed. Over a year.
Good morning, panel members. Either way would have been fine. So we'll go ahead and shift gears a little bit and go to SEED, which is tabs 8 through 12. These are grant panel proposals for the Social Entrepreneurs for Economic Development, or the SEED grant. So in November 2024, ETP released $1 million in SEED funds through a competitive bidding grant process. This $1 million was leftover funds from the previous round of SEED, which termed in May of 2024. So the following 5 proposals are from the nonprofit organizations selected to receive this round of SEED funding. So first up is tab 8, which is a grant proposal for $200,000 from the Afghan Coalition, and representatives from Afghan Coalition are here to address any questions.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm Masood Juya, the Associate Executive Director at Afghan Coalition. We are a small nonprofit in operations for 29 years, serving Afghan communities in North California and beyond. While resettlement agencies do a great job of helping immigrants and new arrivals get settled in California, post the resettlement period of 3 months, we remain there for our communities for the rest of their lives, be it for their needs with crisis, in mental health, or any other issues they have, to providing strengthening services and regular services for kids to go to school, for women to be empowered, and as well as for helping them with their long-term sustainability and development, opening businesses, managing businesses, receiving micro grants, receiving technical assistance, and we do everything to help them survive and thrive. We are thankful for the SEED 2.5 grant for Afghan Coalition, because we are planning to coach, mentor, and help small Afghan businesses develop in North California and across California, actually, in the long run. And this is the first opportunity for an organization like Afghan Coalition to help other small businesses. And we are actually feeling the need to further enhance our focus on and concentration on business development and economic development in this era. And thank you so much. I'm ready for any questions that may arise.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions? Nope, I'm hearing silence. So go ahead.
If I can make a request of not just this applicant, but the ones following for SEED, if they can share specific stories of what this funding will do, like success stories or where they see the need, or just something a little bit more specific of the impact that these funds are going to be making would be helpful.
Awesome. So we already have small projects working with Afghan women and businesses in micro enterprise, helping them to launch their small businesses, whether it is in finding certifications, getting license, receiving training, and so on. With this grant specifically, what we can do, we are gonna do an assessment of what Afghan businesses need, and we are there stuck. So although these are micro grants, it's gonna be a big help for a new business being started by an immigrant for the first time, you know, be it in their website, marketing development, training their core team, you know, or receiving a specific certification, DUNS numbers, SOM numbers, and other requirements by the federal government, so that they could actually be empowered to receive more assistance in the long term. I believe this is going to be critical for these businesses, because now they have a reference to go to for their business development agenda.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments from the panel? All right, so we are looking for a motion.
Motion to approve Afghan Coalition seed grant in the amount of $200,000.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any public comment on this proposal?
No public comment online.
And there's none in the room. So we will move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Browski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
So we're all in favor, the motion's adopted, and you are funded. Good luck with it, and we look forward to the successes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ms. Lazarowicz, for your support and insight.
Thank you. Okay, next up is tab 9. This is also a grant proposal for $200,000 from Chico Economic Planning Corporation, also known as Chico Start. And representatives from Chico Start are here to address any questions.
I wonder if I need just this. Good morning, panel, and it's a pleasure and honor to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. First, an overview on Chico Start. We are 11th year in business. We are a nonprofit that supports entrepreneurial empowerment. So anybody can build a co-working space, but not everyone's got entrepreneurial resources. So that's our focus, and our focus is throughout the North State. We cover 20 counties from Chico, and that is to the Nevada border, Oregon border, and all the way up to the coastal borders. Our opportunity to use this grant moving forward to support 30% of our constituents is great. That we cover 50,000 square miles and approximately 1 million in population, but 30% are English as a second language, LEP, or Hispanic. So with a majority of that being Hispanic businesses. So we really appreciate this opportunity. And we're doing this with our key partner. Our key partner, who is with us and also representing today, is the California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And they are going to be working with us with outreach, marketing, assessment, etc. Let's see. I believe one of the questions had to do with making sure we share some success stories, correct? All right, great. I can give you a handful of examples. One is Lopes Family Farm out of Glenn County. We've been helping them for several years. And now they've secured through, say, small business certification or through procurement training, we were able to help them then go after bids with school districts throughout California for organic brown rice and providing that for schools. Another example would be TR Reynoso out of Colusa County. They started their own environmental remediation company. And so we help them with the basics, the top 10 steps for starting a business, mentoring them, coaching them, and helping them with and getting them connected to appropriate resources for HR and others. Another example would be Gonzalez Development. They're out of Butte County, and now they're one of the largest construction management and development companies. Transitioning from retail, that's a big transition. Someone who's been in retail and then going after development and seeing the opportunities there. And he's been extremely successful. And we've been able to help support them from an entrepreneurial empowerment standpoint. Last example I'll give you for a region, I could give you more, but I don't want to hog all the time, is Crown H Cattle out of Siskiyou County. And not only did they start bringing in cattle that were more appropriate to the environment, but they also started a whole regenerative portion of their business. And then from there also looked at the opportunity for retail and e-commerce. So they're going like gangbusters now. The opportunity to work with the California Hispanic Chamber and the EDD on this ETP seed grant came to our attention, and we hopped on it. Micro grants I have seen in previous iterations when I got a DoD one, and handing out 30 micro grants during this duration is going to make a big impact for our English as a second language Hispanic and LEP entrepreneurs. And we look forward to kicking this off. Do you have any questions, members?
Yeah, no, fantastic. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments on this proposal? No. So do we have a motion?
Motion to approve Chico Economic Planning Corporation 200,000 for the seed grant award.
Second. And the second, do we have any public comments?
There are no public comments online.
And I have no one in the room, so we will go to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Broski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Holm.
Aye.
So we're all in favor, so the motion is adopted and you're funded. Good luck with it. And we look forward to seeing.
Thank you so much. We are so grateful.
Okay, next up is we have tab 10. This is also a grant proposal for 200,000 from MCS Economic Development Corporation. And we have representatives here from MCS to address any questions.
Hi, good morning, panel members. Thank you for the opportunity. A little bit about MCS. MCS, we're a nonprofit organization, 501c3, established in the year of 2015 to go ahead and provide economic development programs for marginalized communities in LA County. Since then, we've also started branching out to provide workforce development programs for specific targeted populations. And with me this morning, I have Luis Luna, our economic development director, who will explain how the funds will be used and the impact that we will make with this grant.
Thank you, Sam. Good morning, panel members. It's an honor to be here. I'm Luis. I mentioned I'm the Director of Economic Development at Banner Career Solutions. And just like you mentioned, our mission is to support our immigrant limited English proficient entrepreneurs of LA. While our services are open to everybody, we place special focus on the San Fernando Valley and LA Harbor communities such as Pacoima, Sylmar, Wilmington, Conoco Park, and Harbor and San Pedro communities. Within these communities, young Latino immigrants encounter child fabrication, face immense challenges, and disproportionately impacted by silicosis.
It's a severe lung disease caused by inhaling silica dust during countertop cutting that leads to inflammation, scarring, and severe cases, death. The San Fernando Valley in California is California's ground zero for silicosis, with over 60% of the cases in the state cases. Sorry. At MCS, we recognize this issue, and that's why we looking into launching this SEED initiative, silicosis impacted and economic empowerment for immigrant workers. So under the SEED program, we designed to offer these workers an alternative path, one that prioritizes their health, safety, and economic stability. By providing tailored entrepreneur training, we aim to equip these individuals with tools that they need to build sustainable micro enterprises or small business outside of hazardous work environments. We are planning on having 2 cohorts of 15 people and teach them the fundamentals of how to start, structure, and grow their business, so that way they are able to move away from working in industries that expose them to these conditions. In this training, they'll develop a business plan. They'll receive the support needed to make sure that they're in compliance, and they'll receive a small grant to purchase equipment if needed. So through these grants, SEED program, we are not just addressing immediate economic needs, we are fostering the long-term of self-sufficiency and creating pathways to healthier, more sustainable livelihoods for our communities. Thank you for your consideration, and I'm open to any questions.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions?
I do. How are you finding the individuals that are suffering from silicosis?
So at the moment, we are working with organizations or immigration organizations. They're usually immigration advocacy groups that have made us very aware of the conditions of some of these individuals. And in support with them and some of our unions, we're very aware of the individuals that need the support.
Yeah, this is a topic that really well aware of. I commend you on this. Sounds fantastic. So in theory, would some of these folks that are suffering from this be able to start their own businesses and then do best practices so that their new workforce isn't subjected to the same particulate matter that causes a silicosis? Is that kind of where we're going with this?
Yes. So yeah. So I mean, our main focus and our goal is to help them create an alternative to help them move away from these type of these jobs, and more than anything, help them to create an operation that is they're able to live off of. So we've encountered individuals that have moved away from the industry simply because they've already developed silicosis. Long story short, they're interested in developing, say an example, on starting their landscaping operation, right? So although it's somewhere still in the construction industry, now it's in a better environment, right? That they're able to provide for their families. So.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments from the panel? All right. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve MCS Economic Development Corporation, the amount of 200,000 for the SEED grant.
And a second. Thank you. And do we have any public comments?
There are no public comments online.
And none in the room, so we'll move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Browski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
So we all voted in favor, so the motion is adopted and you are funded. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have is tab 11. This is a grant proposal for 200,000 from Nurture, and we have representatives from Nurture here to address any questions.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Brooks, and I'm the CEO of the Nurture business, or Nurture for short. We are focused specifically on helping primarily women, primarily in Central California, to start successful home-based childcare businesses. Our mantra is around scale and around equity. There is a tremendous shortage of licensed childcare in California, particularly in the Central Valley, and that's where we're focusing. We were born of the pandemic, if you will, so we've only been doing this for about 2 years. But in those 2 years, we have so far helped 175 women start home-based childcare businesses. We know about the economic impact of this, and it's not just because the entrepreneur herself has a business and can support her own family, but by offering the service that she provides, she enables other parents to work. And so we know that the 175 businesses that we have helped start to date have a local annual economic impact of about $50 million. So this is a really powerful economic development strategy for the entrepreneur herself, enabling other parents to work. And then, of course, the reason they're all doing this is for the children, who then have higher quality care, and the value of that high quality care has a lifetime of benefits. I think there was a question about telling a couple stories of entrepreneurs. I want to tell you about 2 people. The first one, her name is Irma, and she lives in Salinas. And she had come to this country about 5 years ago. She has 2 school-aged children. She's a single mom. She had to work because she was the only breadwinner in her family. She had 2 field work jobs. In the morning, she would plant, and in the afternoon, she would either work in a cannery, or in the morning, she was picking, in the evening, she was planting, or working in the cannery. She never saw her children. She said she had these 2 school-aged children who were about to be teenagers and felt like this was a critical moment in her life. And she said, I don't feel like I know my children. And her body was being destroyed. She said, my body's given out. She was just in her 40s. So she learned about Nurture through a friend. So she came in ready to go, and she knew what she wanted to do. She has gone through our program. She got licensed by the state. She is now serving other farm workers' children. That is her business model. She wants to give back to that community. And she is making more running her home-based childcare business than she was working 2 farm worker jobs. The second person I want to tell you about is Josefina, and she lives in Modesto. She had always been a housewife, and she had 2 teenage daughters. She went through a divorce, and because she hadn't worked, she didn't have any of her own savings. She didn't have any money. She had a house that she had to pay for, and 2 girls. The only jobs she could find were in fast food. So she worked at McDonald's and at Taco Bell overnight. Everyone in her neighborhood knew that she was a single mom with 2 teenage daughters who worked overnight. She was afraid for them. So she reluctantly came into Nurture's program. She had heard from friends, neighbors, that as an undocumented immigrant, you couldn't do this. You couldn't be licensed, which is not true. And so we helped her understand her rights as a tenant, her rights as an undocumented immigrant to become licensed by the state and to operate a successful business. Those are just 2 of the kinds of people that we work with, and it's an honor to serve them and to help them achieve their dreams.
Thank you. Does the panel have any additional questions, comments for this proposal? Don't hear any.
Thank you. Those were amazing stories and good work that you guys are doing. I'd like to make a motion to approve Nurture for 200,000 for the seed grant.
Second.
Thank you. Do I have any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And it looks like there's none in the room, so we will move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Bettencourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Brosky,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye. All right, so we were all in favor, so the motion's adopted. You are funded, and we look forward to hearing more success stories. Thank you.
Okay, and last up for the seed grant proposals is tab 12, which is a proposal for 200,000 from UDW Resource Center. And representatives from UDW are here to address any questions.
Good morning. My name is Nancy Hernandez, and I am an apprenticeship coordinator at UDW Resource Center. URC is a nonprofit worker center that provides organizing support, training, and education with with home care workers and family child care providers. We work closely with UDW, United Domestic Workers, to provide members and their families with resources and tools to access education and career readiness opportunities. UDW is currently represents 171,000 home care in-home supportive services, IHSS providers, and also family child care providers across the state of California. 78 of them are women, 42 are Latinx, 18 are Asian, and 8 are Black. And it took years to win collective bargaining within rights for HSS providers until the year of 2000, and even more for family child care providers in 2019. These members have been working really hard to access rights, working rights, right? So I wanted to make sure to highlight the work of UDW members that they are doing. In my role, I have been working in developing the Family Child Care Educator Apprenticeship program next to a team of Karen Corrales, Joanne Lowe, and 5 family child care providers. They are leading the work in this apprenticeship program. And this project that we are requesting the funds for would be supporting the apprenticeship program by providing mentors who are family child care providers currently, who are large licensed, to provide the mentorship to our apprentices. So the way that we would do this is by providing them with training as well in financial literacy, creating a business plan to make sure that we understand what is it that they need those funds to go towards. So this is really great because we already are looking for this 30 family child care providers mentors. They're going to be in the Family Child Care Apprenticeship Program, and then we would be able to support them with the funds from SEED. And yes, so the apprenticeship program, I'll speak a little bit more about that. That is providing another 30 folk who are interested in becoming family child care providers with resources and education. So they would be accessing their associate teacher permit, also training with the mentors. And we are registered under DOL and also working to register under DIS. So they will be receiving those certifications as well. So this is one of those things, but also we want to make sure that this program is accessible to a diverse community who we currently serve, and providing language access, providing just culturally relevant trainings as well.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions or comments on the proposal? Doesn't look good.
Motion to approve UDW Resource Center in the amount of 200,000 for the SEED grant.
Second.
Thank you. Any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And it looks like no public comments in the room, so we will move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Chris Dombrowski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
We are all in favor, so the motion is adopted. You are funded, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, panel members, we're going to go briefly out of order. So if you could please turn to tab 14, excuse me, for Diamond Technologies. They are a repeat contractor with good performance. They're requesting $110,740 in funding to serve 35 retrainees. Training will take place at their location in Kern County, and we have representatives from Diamond today to answer any questions.
My name is Laura Mayo. I'm the controller at Diamond IT. We focus on technology and cybersecurity. We are based out of Kern County. Our employees have benefited a great deal from this program by earning raises and promotions, and also various certificates that they earn, such as like Azure Cloud or all technical. Also, thanks to the program, we're able to provide employees with a training roadmap for career advancement within the organization. Thank you to the panel.
Does the panel have any questions on this proposal?
I do, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Welcome back. And I would like you to elaborate a little bit more for me as to what these new funds will be used for and how beneficial they would be to your company. I recognize it's a small business, but I can see that this is your 4th contract, and it looks apparent like you are training all of your employees with the new contract again, and it's nearly double from what you received last time. So I'd like you to elaborate a little bit more as to what's new with this new
Okay,
contract.
well, yes, thank you, Gretchen. So we have grown our company the past several years, so we do have more employees to train. And technology is an ever-changing landscape. There's always new things every year for our technical service team to learn. We are about 75% technical. So there's always new things for them to learn, and AI is really taking over. So that's a big focus of our training this year.
Thank you. And I see that you're seeking a wage modification request from $23.56 per an hour down to only $20 an hour. Could you elaborate for me on wage progression as practiced in your company? How soon could the individuals receiving this training anticipate wage progression or a boost in their wages?
Okay, yeah. So the wage rate sheet was filled out last year, and just looking over the numbers that are on the sheet already, there's already been a significant amount of increase in these. So, I mean, for instance, like our client success coordinator, that's 20 to 25, but she's at like 28. So there's already been significant wage increases from this sheet.
So do you really need the wage modification request? I mean, if this is a 2-year contract and you can anticipate wage progression for all these folks, could we have the post-retention wage back at 23, hold on, I'm scrolling, 23.56 an hour or 23.50 an hour, just round it down?
If we could keep it at this, whenever we hire level 1 engineers into our field, they do start at a lower salary because that gives them a chance to earn and learn and grow with the company. So starting wages are usually always lower.
Right, but this is the post-retention wage. So they would receive the training, and in my mind, they would get wage progression because they successfully completed the training. So like keeping it at the minimum of where they're starting doesn't seem like indicative of wage progression, which is what we're trying to prioritize. How about 22 an hour?
Yeah, I mean, that's typically where we start our lower level engineers anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
Thank you.
I'm going to say, Gretchen, you've been in my head. I was looking at my notes on this proposal and they're very, very similar. I think one of my other questions on here is, we're seeing repeat contracts. Is this allowing others to progress within the organization to higher level roles as there's earning certificates, or are they still staying kind of like, I'm in this level role, that's where I remain, even though I've gone through training, or is it actually allowing, I'm going to not call it wage progression, but career progression from say a 1 to a 2 to a 2 to a 3 equivalent through some of these training dollars as well?
Yes, like I mentioned, we have the past 3 to 4 years increased our amount of employees, and those that started out at the lower level have progressed up. We do provide each employee with a career roadmap
Mhm.
because we are really big into promoting and, within the company.
So there's career progression available, not just wage progression, but actual career progression is being built as on. Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic.
we've promoted service managers, level 1s, level 2s, VCIOs, PAMs. So there's lots
Okay,
of
fantastic.
movement going on in the company.
Great.
to say
Any,
least.
yeah, no, fantastic. Any other questions? You do go ahead.
You mentioned in the past few years that you have hired more employees and you're continuing to grow. I do notice that you have a little higher turnover rate. So you talk about the career progression within your company. So can you talk to me just a little bit why that might be a little bit higher than we'd like to see?
I was looking at that. So in 2024, last year, we lost 3. 2 of them weren't performing, and then the other one had an opportunity to advance his career and move on. I did a little kind of 2023 just to kind of see what happened. A big part of that was due to COVID and remote work. We found they stopped performing while working remotely and also didn't want to come back to the office when asked to come back due to their low performance. So we did have a higher amount in 23. But we do have a long-standing tenure with employees. 4 are hitting their 20-year mark this year. I've been with the company for 19 years. So we do have a lot of employees that have been there for 10 or more years.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions from the panel? All right, do I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve Diamond Technologies, Inc., DBA Diamond IT, and an ETP funding amount of $110,740 with a post-retention wage of $22 an hour.
Do I have a, thank you, a second? Is there any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
All right, and it looks like there's none in the room, so we will move to vote.
Douglas Tracy. Aye. Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Kirsten Brosky. Aye. Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, so we're all in favor. The motion's adopted and you're funded.
Thank you,
Good,
panel. I
thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, panel members, please turn back to tab 13. Here we have a proposal for Carlton Forge Works LLC. They are a first-time contractor requesting $382,592 in funding to serve 224 retrainees. The training will take place in Los Angeles County, and here are the representatives from Carlton Forge.
Hi, good morning. My name is Ivelisse Alde. I'm Director of Human Resources for Carlton Forge Works. Carlton Forge Works has been in business since 1929. We are the premier forging manufacturing facility for critical airplane parts. So, what we do, if you flew here today, chances are our parts, are on that plane. This is our first proposal. We are moving to automation. It's critical that we provide good training, to provide quality products, for mission critical flights. And so with me today is Kim Larson. She's my project manager, project training manager. She's going to help through the process and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions? I have one around Productive Lab, and it's more of a, I'm going to say, curiosity. When I think about what Productive Lab is, it reads that support staff will be receiving Productive Lab. What type of support staff are they, and the type of Productive Lab? Because often support is like the administration, so that's why I'm.
Sure. So we do have a Productive Lab. It's more one-on-one, and we do have supporting like quality inspectors, engineering, our certs processing as well, certification process. And again, Productive Lab would be, one-on-one.
So it's more the quality and the engineering side more so than the administrative side. Okay,
Correct.
That's fine. Yes. I have no problems with that. Any other questions or comments for the panel?
Motion to approve Carlton Forge Works LLC in the amount of $382,592.
Second.
Thank you. Do we have any public comments?
There are no public comments online.
And they look like there are none in the room, so we will move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Broski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
So we're all in favor. The motion is adopted. You're funded. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, panel members, let's turn to tab 15. Here we have a proposal for True Air Mechanical Inc. They are a first-time contractor requesting $310,464 to train approximately 252 trainees. Training will take place in San Luis Obispo, Kern, Santa Barbara, Ventura, Los Angeles, Orange, San Bernardino, Riverside, San Diego, and Imperial counties. And the representatives are here to answer any questions from True Air Mechanical.
Good morning. My name is Juan Junior Vasquez. I'm the Director of Field Operations for True Air Mechanical. I want to thank you for favorably supporting this proposal to train our workers to becoming better workers. And I'm here to answer any questions you guys have.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions or comments on the proposal? I'm hearing silence. Do we have a motion? Tab 15. It's on the piece of paper by the side of you as well.
Motion to approve True Air Mechanical Inc., contract number ET 25-0218 in the amount of $310,464.
Second.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment?
There are no public comments online.
And it looks like there's no one in the room, so we will go to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Broski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
Congratulations, you're funded. We're all in agreement. You're welcome. All right, it is coming to that time. I make it, there's no clock in here. It's awful. I know, I make it 10:54. It's just turned to 10:55 on my computer. So are we taking a 10 or 15-minute break? Am I being told? 15. So we are going to take a 15-minute break and be back here then at 11:10, if my math serves me right. Yes, 11:10. And we will continue on proposals after that. All right, we are going to pull ourselves back from break so we can try and get ourselves through this. Okay. We are going back to proposals, and I think it's still in Heather's court, but I could be wrong. Still in your court. I could, but I don't know if everyone else can.
Oh, hello. I was going to make a joke before break about panel member Smiles being our first motion guy, and everyone was waiting last time. So, okay. We are on tab 16, BAL Engineering. So these are the projects from the San Diego Regional Office. So if you turn to tab 16, we have a proposal from BAL Seal Engineering LLC. They are a new contractor requesting $396,704 to train a total of 322 workers. Training will take place at their location in Orange County. I do want to make a note. This project was approved for alternative record keeping that was inadvertently omitted from the panel proposal. As such, we are requesting that the alternative record keeping allowance is included in the motion for this project. And here we have the representatives from BAL Seal Engineering LLC.
Hello, I am Jessica Garcia. I'm the Human Resources Business Partner for BAL Seal Engineering. BAL Seal manufactures a variety of sealing solutions, primarily focused on seals, springs, and contacts. So you can typically find our products in the aerospace, medical, and the robotics field. I'm happy to be here today to discuss a proposal and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions or comments on the proposal? Nothing. Thank you, Mr. Smiles.
Motion to approve Bell Seal Engineering LLC in the amount of $396,704. Second.
Hang on, doesn't it need a motion? Doesn't there need to be an adjustment with
Yeah.
the record, alternate record keeping? I see, I'm getting back there. I'm getting back there. The rustiness is coming back off.
So we're asking that the motion include
To
the
include that,
approval of
please.
the alternative record keeping that has been reviewed and approved by staff.
Yeah, I'd like to amend the motion to include the approval of the record keeping.
Alternative record.
Alternative.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Is that good, mate? Okay, we're good on record. All right, thank you. And we had a second from Doug. Do we have any public comments on this proposal? Not seeing anyone in the room.
There are no public comments online.
All right, so we will move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Brusky,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
All right, so we were all in favor, so the motion's adopted and you're funded. Good luck.
Panel members, tab 17 for CP Manufacturing Inc. has been withdrawn from this panel meeting. So as such, please turn to tab 18. This is a proposal for Hal Hayes Construction Inc. This is a new contractor requesting $140,000 in funding to train a total, of 125 workers. Training will take place at their location in Riverside, and representatives from Hal Hayes Construction are here to answer any questions.
Good morning, panel. My name is Ahmad Lowe. I'm the Corporate Safety Director for Hal Hayes. I thank you for this opportunity, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Any questions from the panel on this proposal?
I think I have some questions. Isn't this the one that submitted a letter of support from a union last time around and now they're coming back with
Correct.
support?
Correct, Gretchen, yes.
Can you elaborate on that? Like, why are you like one of those affiliated companies that only uses a union workforce some of the time? And why not all the time?
No, we use the union all of the time for that. Typically, I didn't understand why they initially approved it. When I went to the union with it, they were agreed to it. They were in support of it, and then they pulled the letter. I reached out to my business agent after our meeting and was unable to get in contact with him. I assumed, one, because of the holidays, and now because of the fires. I've seen my business agent, unfortunately, on TV with Lyona helping with the storm work, which is now in full swing down in the Palisades, and that's going to affect us as well, because a lot of the work that our Cal Pacific company does is with right-of-way work and transmission work, which is building the roads, culverts, and getting access to those transmission towers in the back country.
No, very, very important work. Yeah, it's just really confusing for me, sir, as to it seemed almost like we were having misrepresentation that you were union when you're not union, and so okay.
No,
So-
we have the Hayes Group has been established, and we have several companies, and one of those companies was Cal Pacific and still flies under our umbrella. And we contract with Southern California Edison to do their transmission right-of-way work, which is all union work and which is required by that. So that's why my assumption, and this is just an assumption, is that the union wanted to send a proposal themselves and train their people up, which is fine for me. That still gives me the
caliber of employee that I need to have in front, especially when we're doing the kind of work that we're doing and we're working with high voltage line. The training and safety portion of it, which is what I do, is of the utmost importance, because if you've worked with high voltage electricity, you have one opportunity to get it wrong, and then it's catastrophic.
Right, my background is working with IBEW, so very familiar with that component. Yeah, I'm just, oh, okay. Interesting.
But if I'm right, I'm looking at stuff and this does not include any of the union workers now. It is all non-union employees in that part. Okay.
That is correct, and that's why it's coming before you today, because of the change in the training plan.
Okay. Any other questions from the panel?
One quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of the same question that I asked a previous contractor. Your turnover rate is slightly higher than some of the other proposals. Can you explain to me a little bit why that might be?
Sure, that's usually typically contract based. So far this year, I have 36 mastered service agreements with Edison for charge ready programs. I also have 2 decommissioning programs, which are roughly 5,000 and 6,000 solar panels apiece. And then I have a couple of recommissioning programs where we're removing them from a roof and taking them to another roof and so forth. So my assumption is in those particular points is as those contracts move along or are not renewed, they move along with the contract like normal pipeline and contractors do.
Got it. Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Do we have a motion? I'm looking down, I'm looking behind me. Because you can't. Yeah, Rick can't. So, anyone have a motion? Wants to go?
It's like a union leader making this. Woo! Motion to approve Howell Hayes Construction Inc. in an ETP funding amount of 140,000.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, so do we have any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
And they look like there's none in the room, so we will move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Abstain.
Kristen Brusky.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye. That was an aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye. So I think I heard we're all in favor there. 6 with 1 abstention. Just making sure that's what I heard. So therefore you are funded, and good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next up, we have tab 19. This is a proposal from Chevron Corporation. They are a repeat contractor requesting $459,200 to train a total of 410 workers. This will be Chevron's 11th ETP contract and its first within the last 5 years. Training will take place at their refinery located in Contra Costa County, and representatives from Chevron are here to address any questions.
How you doing? I'm Israel Leone. I'm with the Richmond Refinery. I am the console training specialist with the Learning and Development Department, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions or comments on this proposal? Very quiet. So do we have a motion?
Motion to approve Chevron Corporation in the amount of $459,200.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any public comment online?
There are no public comments online.
Any public comment in the auditorium? Does not look like it. So we will move to vote, please.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Brusky,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
All right, so we're all in favor, so therefore the motion's adopted and you are funded.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, next up is tab 20. This is a proposal from ADCO Drywall and Metal Framing, Inc. They are a repeat contractor with good prior performance, requesting $367,500 to train a total of 375 workers. Training will take place at their locations in Sacramento and Hayward, and representatives from ADCO Drywall and Metal Framing are here to address any questions.
Good morning. My name is Santiago Moneste. I'm the owner and president of ADCO Drywall. We do business on all over California, for Northern California, and thanks to you guys' help the previous years and the previous project, we now expanded to the SoCal market, and I'm here to answer any questions you guys can have for me.
Thank you. Any questions from the panel on this proposal? I am here in silence. Do we have a motion if we have no questions or comments?
Motion to approve ADCO Drywall and Metal Framing, Inc. in an ATP funding amount of $367,500.
Second.
All right, so we have first and a second and echo. It was fantastic. The joys of virtual participation and in-room participation. And do we have any public comments on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
All right, and there are none in the room by the looks of it, so we will move the vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Kristen Brosky.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
All right, so we're all in favor, so the motion's adopted and
Thank you
you're
very much.
funded.
Very
You're
grateful.
welcome.
Thanks.
Okay, next up we have tab 21. This is a critical proposal from Applied Materials, Inc. They are a repeat contractor with good prior performance, requesting $849,800 to train a total of 607 workers. Applied Materials is currently in the process of building an advanced facility for semiconductor technology and manufacturing, which would create 2,000 jobs in California over the next 5 years. Training will take place at their locations in Santa Clara and Sunnyvale, and representatives from Applied Materials are here to answer any questions.
Morning, my name is Lillian Chu, and I'm a leader in the HR operations organization at Applied Materials, based not too far from here in Santa Clara. Given the specialized nature of our business at Applied, we rely heavily on not only hiring, but also training and developing our specialized engineering, technical, and managerial workforce. And for many years, with the help of GoBusiness incentives and ETP funding, we've been able to use this to support our workforce development initiatives. And it's critical that these resources continue as we expand our training programs and operations in Silicon Valley. Applied's commitment to California is evident and demonstrated, as just called out earlier. We are investing $4 billion in a state-of-the-art research and development center that has broken ground recently and is currently under construction. And once this is completed, the center will house thousands of employees and contractors, and this will drive both not only innovation, but also growth to the region. I'm sure many of you have read that the industry experts predict that the semiconductor industry will grow to $1 trillion market by the end of the decade, and this will require over 1 million new workers in the industry. I want to reiterate Applied's dedication to innovation and workforce development in California to ensure we remain a global leader in the industry. Our senior management team is proud of the outcomes of the previous ETP contracts and support Governor Newsom's efforts to continue to grow the semiconductor industry in California. I want to again thank the panel for considering this proposal, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions from the panel?
I do, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Love this proposal. Congratulations on everything. Also wanted to note the $100 million announcement of the CHIPS Act funding. I did take a look at that, and under the workforce development component, it says that you're going to be relying on internships. So I just wanted to have you elaborate a little bit more for me of the pipeline from internship into full-time employee, or what that looks like and how you're going to go about hiring another new jobs, full-time positions.
You take this one or do you?
Sure. Talk about internships and then, but I'll talk about the apprenticeships.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for the internships, we do have internships. There was a statement in a press release that I think there was miswording. It should have been apprenticeships, and Phil will go ahead and elaborate on that a little more. But we do have an internship program. They are fully paid, right? It is not included in this ETP contract, right? But this, if you're referring to the press release statement, it should have read apprenticeships. And so we just uncovered that recently.
Okay, thank you. I was very concerned about that. And I would love to have yourself or Phil elaborate a little bit more on the apprenticeship component. That's really exciting.
Sure, absolutely. Philip Herrera and Company. The apprenticeship like opportunity at Applied really jumped in front of them once they realized that they needed to create, you know, 1 million new jobs in this industry. And I won't say who it is, but within Applied Materials, they took it upon themselves to work directly with DAS and other agencies to create what is the first apprenticeship position or occupation in the state, or could be in the country, that is registered. It's a process technician mechanic, I believe, or something like that. But panel member Newsom, the whole apprenticeship strategy that Applied is to do exactly what we hope with ETP, right? We have the ETP funding that'll train the incumbent workforce, but there is another opportunity for Applied to look at ways to partner with the government to create talent to fill these positions. We were a little bit disappointed with the press release because it is very explicit that these are apprentices, not interns. That's one of the requirements in the CHIPS Act funding, that you do look at apprenticeships as one of the avenues to create the talent pipeline. And I'm just, for me, really proud of working with DAS and the community colleges for these cohorts. And FYI, the apprenticeships that participate in that, we're not going to roll them into ETP, right? I mean, we could, I guess, but we're going to keep them separate and apart just to demonstrate to whoever's interested in learning what Applied does with this public-private partnerships, that we do have apprenticeships, we have ETP, we have university hiring, all the other stuff that Lillian can talk about. But yeah, super exciting project. I'm proud to be part of it. And again, proud to work with ETP on projects like this.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for that elaboration. Really very helpful.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve Applied Materials, Inc., contract number ET 25-0225 in the amount of $849,800.
Second.
All right, so do we have any public comment?
There are no public comments online.
Like there's none in the room, so we'll move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Kristen Browski.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
All right, so we're all in favor. The motion's adopted. You're funded. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to give a shout out to the economic development team, Robert Meyer, and all those who work on the critical proposal stuff for the agency. Really, really well received. Thank you.
All right, next up is tab 22. This is a proposal from Recology Service Center. They are a new contractor requesting $164,220 to train a total of 255 workers. Training will take place at their 7 locations throughout Northern California, and representatives from Recology Service Center are here to address any questions.
Good morning, members of the Employment Training Panel, and thank you for the opportunity to hear our proposal today. My name is Chanel Durkee, and I'm the Learning and Development Manager for Recology Service Center. And I'm joined today by Jason Dutton of Dutton Consulting, who's subcontracting with us on this proposal. Recology is headquartered in San Francisco with operations across California, Washington, and Oregon. And today, as mentioned, we are requesting funding for the company specific to our California inland region including Davis, Butte, Vacaville, Vallejo, and Auburn areas. Thank you again for the opportunity. Recology employs nearly 4,000 employees within 40 companies. We provide resource recovery and waste management services, all aimed to building a world without waste. Our team is dedicated to innovative and sustainable practices which reduce landfill dependency while supporting our local communities. In 2024, we collected and processed 1.4 million tons of recyclable and compostable materials. We reduced Scope 1 and Scope 2 emissions by 23% since 2018, which includes a 77% reduction in fuel emissions. These efforts have helped avoid nearly 1.6 million metric tons of greenhouse gases, more than 9 times the emissions generated by our operations. Also note, 90% of the electricity used to power our facilities has been sourced from renewable or carbon-free energy. Also interesting to know, our company is the largest 100% employee-owned company in this industry. We consider our diverse workforce essential to our success. This funding we're requesting will enable us to train our staff through targeted programs focused on operational and technical skills, safety, and leadership development. By investing in more materials, equipment, and technology to train these groups, it'll help us address turnover and provide meaningful opportunities for upward mobility. We do have several success stories within our company. Our largest population of employees are the drivers out there on the roads, and they have a large appetite to promote. We have several drivers who have become lead workers to ops supervisors, but one story I can highlight today is one of our drivers who's been with the company for over 40 years is currently our Chief Operating Officer. We are committed to tracking participation and outcomes through roster collection, tracking in both our learning management system of Cornerstone, as well as utilizing Microsoft Power App databases for our field worker training. And this structure will ensure we meet 100% of our $164,220 funding target. In closing, we believe this partnership will empower and enable our employees to gain valuable operational and interpersonal and leadership skills to grow, promote, reduce turnover, and reinforce our commitment to development and sustainability. Thank you again for considering our proposal, and we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions from the panel?
Motion to approve Recology Service Center contract number ET 25-0227 in the amount of $164,220.
Second. Can I just ask one question, Rick? Sorry, I just saw something and I'm like, I don't think the numbers add up, and I'm just making sure I'm clear on this. There's a wage modification being requested, and I may be looking at staff on this. There's a wage modification from 3212 to 1903 for 113 trainees in job number 2. When I look at the job number 2s, there are very few jobs that are paying that much. Most of them are paying over. So I'm just trying to work out what is going on there. Hang on, let me pull up. You only have, I've only just seen it because we were talking and I was reading at the same time, which is never good. You had 15 sorters who are in $20 and under, 1 operations support specialist, and then everything else is over $20. So I'm just wondering why we're doing a modification for 113 workers down to 1903 when the numbers in the occupation table are not showing anywhere near that at that same wage. I only just caught this, sorry guys.
That is in one of our high unemployment areas.
Mhm.
So the wage is typically a little lower. That was part of that.
When you look at your breakdown of numbers of occupations and the total number of employees, though, it's not showing 113 and the $19. Nearly everything's showing above $20 an hour. So that's why I was just checking, and I don't know if someone else is reading it. Are you reading the same as me? Yeah. It's listed in that table as only 16 employees would be under $20 based on the numbers you project. But in the proposal, it's reading a wage modification for 113. That's a very big difference in numbers. So I don't know which one's right. All I'm just asking is, the modification's there, it's okay. It's just, can we look at the correction of such variance of 100 numbers? Can you see what I mean, Laura? Yeah.
Yeah, we can look at that and correct.
So is the number that's in the table more of the correct, or do you believe it's more like 113?
In the table.
So that table of more like 16 are going to be more. Okay. Matt, does that have to be put in the motion or not? On the adjustment of that number? Does it have to be, I guess, is the question. No. Okay, it's just the kind of, okay, so we can leave the motion that Rick had on approval. Okay, thank you. All right, that was just making sure I was clear on that question. All right, thank you. So we have a first and a second. Do we have any public comment on this proposal?
There are no public comments online.
All right, and it looks like there's none in the room, so we will go to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Chris Dombrowski.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
Great, so we are all in alignment and have approved, so you are funded. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, panel members. Here we have the multiple employer contracts for the North Hollywood Regional Office. If you could please turn to tab 23. We have California Baptist University. They are a new contractor requesting $531,840 to train 120 trainees. Training will take place at their location in Riverside County, and representatives from the university are here to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you. My name is Dave Pearson. I'm the Dean of the College of Health Science at California Baptist University. We're a university of 12,000 students, Hispanic serving institution, fully accredited. And as the Dean of the College of Health Science, what I'm trying to do is get more people into the healthcare professions and address the vast shortage and inequities that exist right now in healthcare. So we're working very hard to do that. One of the road bumps, speed bumps that people have getting in there is patient care contact. So while we're providing degree programs, all of our students that come into a lot of these programs need direct patient care hours. And so we have partnerships, this one particular that we're asking for today with Efficient Care. By training these medical assistants and scribes, we're able to get people at the bottom level of this, get them the patient care hours that they need so they can get into the system, if you will, so that we can move them through this career progression pipeline, hopefully into further careers down the road in healthcare. But it's really a matter of getting them in and hopefully keeping them in the system so we can address the shortages.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions on this proposal?
Madam Chair, I do.
Okay.
Can you elaborate for me on your practices and understanding of how you promote the training and advancement of marginalized or underrepresented workers, particularly those that identify as LGBTQ+?
Sure. I would say in the same way that we do everyone. I mean, there's no discrimination in who we're working with. We have students from all over. I know I get it. The word Baptist will pull people out and catch people by surprise. There's no discrimination with our students. We are not a university that discriminates on who comes into our programs. So we train everybody and are proud to do so. And so we've worked very, very hard to move all people through these levels and get them into careers all over Southern California and throughout the region. Very proud of it.
Thank you.
Sure.
I wanted to ask a little bit about the financial aspects of the training program. It's a pretty expensive amount or average cost per trainee, if you will, $4,432. I understand in your proposal that it states that the medical scribe training program consists of 272 total hours with a request for ETP funding for 148 hours per trainee. And then it appears that Baptist University will be covering the remaining hours. So what is the total cost of the program?
Sorry, my name is Tyler Combs. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for Efficient Care as well. Total cost of the program is $4,500 per student.
Okay, so
Sorry, may
that's
I raise this? I'm sorry.
that's like the total cost like for ETP funding, but then you guys are covering the remaining funding.
Yes, so part of the system itself is essentially that Efficient Care will go into a medical office setting, providing training for not only the medical assistant, but also for the providers that are utilizing the medical assistant, so we can achieve higher degree of outcome or positive outcomes, so that they can justify the wage increase for the student.
Okay. Got it. So I want you to be able to tell me and like put this in the record, or like, what are you doing to ensure that all the trainees that receive the ETP funded trainees get to continue on and fulfill the remaining hours that are connected into the 272 hours for the
So
program?
essentially, I apologize. Sorry. So essentially, we are partnered with our employment partners. In this case, we work closely with the HR departments and their administrators to essentially, we become essentially assimilated into the program. So we have boots on the ground. We have our preceptors on site working closely with both the provider and, again, in this case, the student. And so we're staying on site during that time. We're able to ask questions and able to facilitate the learning experience, so that, again, it's a positive experience not only for the student, but also for the employer as well. So again, we're on site. So to answer your question directly, we're there present in the employer's offices.
Okay, great. And we've had, you may not be aware of this, but there's been a recent legislation that's been enacted called Senate Bill 1321, where it specifies that we are supposed to prioritize funding for those proposals that promote job quality and wage progression for the workers. How would you anticipate being able to promote wage progression for these trainees? Because it's capped at $18 an hour.
So actually, when we applied for this funding, SB 525 was essentially still in decision-making processes. But regardless of our program, in order to have us, Cal Baptist and Efficient Care, come into an employer's operation, in order to actually even qualify for us to come in, our employers need to essentially commit to a $1 to $2 increase, regardless of where the student starts. So if it's at 18, they have an ability to earn up to 19 to 20. If they're at 22, they have the ability to earn 23 to $24 an hour. And when you're talking about wage progression, we do have a secondary portion of this. We did not apply for the funding. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I sound nervous, but I can't breathe. so I apologize. But basically, the next chapter of this, or next phase of the training that we will be presenting next year, hopefully, will be that we're actually training the advanced medical assistant scribe, which is a closer. The closer essentially helps. It's a more superior version of the medical assistant, that you have your opener at the beginning of the patient visit, you have your closer at the end of the visit, which has a significant degree or higher degree of knowledge and medical understanding. And so that's our next chapter, next phase of the training program. So once we get through the medical scribe training, the student will be able to participate in their new wage and their new role in the medical care team. And then pending completion of that, we will then present them a advanced medical assistant scribe program as well.
Excellent, thank you. So I've heard you tell me that there's no discrimination, everybody's treated fairly, that there is wage progression, you've built things in, you've thought this out. Thank you, I rest.
Thank you. Any other questions from the panel? Oh, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve California Baptist University contract number ET 25-0232 in the amount of $531,840. Second.
Thank you. Any public comments?
There are no public comments online.
It looks like none here, so we shall move to vote.
Douglas Tracy.
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill.
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt.
Aye.
Ricky Smiles.
Aye.
Kristen Browski.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom.
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
So we're all in favor, the motion's adopted and you're funded.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Okay, next up is tab 24. This is a proposal from California Consortium of Addiction Programs and Professionals. They are a new contractor requesting $453,300 to train a total of 388 workers. Training will take place at California Consortium's locations statewide and also at participating employers' work sites throughout California. Representatives are here to address any questions.
All right, good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to address the employment training today, the panel. My name is Pete Nielsen. I'm President and CEO of the California Consortium of Addiction Programs and Professionals, CCAP. As a nonprofit, California CCAP represents substance use disorder professionals and programs throughout California. CCAP provides education training for addiction-focused programs and professionals throughout California. California is currently facing a critical shortage in SUD workforce. The gap in the workforce is particularly urgent given the scale of the substance use disorder crisis. 9% of our state's population meets the criteria for substance use disorder, yet only 10% of those receive the care that they need. Barriers such as stigma, cost, and confusion about treatment access remain persistent challenges, underscoring the urgent need for a robust, diverse workforce that can meet the unique needs of all communities. I'm happy to be here today and to discuss our training proposal and if there's any questions.
Thank you. Does the panel have any questions? Sounds quiet. I'm looking at you, Rick.
Motion to approve California Consortium of Addiction Programs and Professionals, contract number ET 25-0232, the amount of $453,300.
Second. Thank you. Do we have any public comments?
There are no public comments online.
And looks like there's none in the room, so we will go to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Broski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye.
All right, so we're all in favor. The motion's adopted. You're funded. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, last tab is tab 25. This is an amendment from Dumont Printing, and this has been withdrawn from this panel meeting and will attend a future meeting.
Thank you. I think we are moving on. Let me get the right. Oh, yes, I think we are, aren't we? Let me see. I moved to screen. It was not good. We're now on to public comment. Yeah, we are. We're now on to, do we have, oh no, we're done with Studio Arts first, don't we? So we, I believe, have an update from Studio Arts. We got an update from staff as well as from the contractor, or have we just got from the contractor for Studio Arts? Just the contractor. So the floor is Studio Arts' floor. Come on up. It is your time. It is indeed.
Okay. What's going on? Good afternoon, panel and esteemed chair. Appreciate this meeting today to talk a little bit about Studio Arts and some progress that we've made since we began this contract, actually in January of last year, but we were approved at the end of December to start. There have been some challenges and there have been some successes over this past year. What I want to talk to you a little bit about, would be the numbers that we have right now. At this point, we're at 61% in terms of the allotted time for the training period. And we will be starting training within a week, so it doesn't really, January has very little consequence or weight on what we'll be doing in terms of the training going forward. So at 61%, we have 202 trainees enrolled, and we have 62 companies that we're doing training for. I think we're at roughly 45%, it says 44.96% of potential earnings. And if you would have any questions for me, I'd be glad to answer any of those questions.
Does the panel have any questions on this update?
Can you talk to me? My concerns are always about wage progression. Can you talk to me and give me some examples as to the wage progression you're seeing for your trainees that is a result from the training you're providing them?
The wage progression for the trainees that we typically see.
Yeah.
We have both union and non-union trainees, and with the union trainees, typically dependent on the union they're with. I was just talking to Peter about the idea of, you know, in the sense of apprenticeship, although that's not the right word for it. It's sort of a journeyman experience for them. So they start, if they're new and recently established with that union, we'll give the animation union as an example. They would start at the beginning wage for that particular job title, I'll call it. And if it's an animator, you will not necessarily be at the level of senior animator. You would be a junior animator, if you want to look at it that way. And that wage range would start probably at around $35 an hour for that particular position, where with senior animators, it can go well over $100 an hour. That's one example. With the non-union workers that we see for the training, an animator who would be non-union would have slightly lower, could be even higher wages because they're not regulated in any way with the contract with the producers. So for them, it could be as low as maybe $30 an hour to start, but it could go to $150 or more an hour for that same kind of position you'd see in union.
Just want to ask staff, is there anything I was supposed to review ahead of time in writing pertaining to this update? Because I didn't see anything in the agenda.
No.
Okay, thank you for that clarification. And sir, it was interesting to see that you were included in the Capitol Morning Report this morning. You got a little shout out there. That was interesting. Any other updates on how this contract is going and proceeding from staff's perspective?
Not in particular, Gretchen. What I would say is Eric is correct. He's about 61% into the training period. And just keep in mind the training period is 20 months, right? Because the last 3 months are used for retention, and he's about 45% tracked performance. So, you know, obviously we would like to see those track a little bit better, but from a staff perspective, this is not particularly alarming. I think this is the point at which we check in with contractors and say, hey, here's where your numbers are, so that they can then adjust their training plan as necessary in order to recoup all of the funding from ETP. So at this point, there are no real concerns. The other thing I would say too is that we do see a good number of participating employers that they're currently serving. As far as I can tell right now, I don't have any additional concerns, and certainly if we saw something, we'd be, you know, happy to discuss with you if necessary.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Any other questions or comments from the panel? No. Gretchen, are you good?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the update. It's good to hear that we're progressing along with what looks like some success. So I'm just going to say remain positive, and we'll hope it continues in that sense.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Need public comment at the end, yeah. So we're just looking at something on the agenda. So we're now moving to that time of day where we're looking at panel members, just to ask the question, is there anything that you would like to add to future panel meetings on agenda items? I'm hearing a lot of quiet. I think one thing, and it's just because it's been a few months, getting another update on where we are on workforce literacy, like from the responses that we heard, and I'm going to say how many have extended, how those situations, those just getting a brief update at some point would be nice. And the same, I think we've talked about it before, doing a similar with healthcare. So we have an idea of where the healthcare initiative funds and how those are moving forward as well would be great. Doesn't have to be next month, it can be in a couple of months, but just getting that on there would be good just to see. Anything else from anyone else? All right, we're going to move now to public comment, and then we have a couple of action items to do. So we're just moving now to public comment on matters not on the agenda. If there's any public comment, we will start. Phil, as you're walking up to the podium right now, I will let us start in the room because he's halfway there already. So we will start in the room, then we'll look and see if there's anyone online. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the panel. Just a quick legislative update. As you probably well know, Steve Duche started a coalition for ETP and jobs. That's his name, not mine, about 4 years ago. And he hired a lobbyist to just really do advocacy for ETP. And Steve has passed on the reins to me and others to continue this organization. I just want to report to you on our work over the past 6 months. And most of it is really good news, right? We'll see. The LA fires are going to take some time to work that, into the budget and into the May revise. But that said, so the governor's budget, as you all know, there's $123 million, allocation for the 25-26 budget year. But even better, and I got to be careful about taking credit for stuff, and I'm not going to do it. It's going to sound like it, but the $150 million ripoff last year of our rainy day fund, Bollinger and I and others met with finance, governor's office, and really Stuart Knox to see if we can get the remaining 50 million, because that 50 million that was part of the 150 is for next year's budget. So it wasn't actually allocated. The 100 million of the $150 million, that's gone. We weren't talking about it. That went to pay down the UI debt. So the remaining $50 million is at play. So we pitched to finance to get to the governor, and he does have a budget line item in there to return $50 million of that $150 million ripoff. The other thing that is really exciting is that there is a elected official who reached out to Cal Chamber and is likely to sponsor a bill to protect the rainy day fund going forward. So my hope is that we'll be able to report on that in February, and super excited about that. So all of it, trust me, I'm not creating trouble. It was funny. It's like I took this as advocacy and lobbying like a fish to water. Maybe that's what I should have done in my life. I don't know. But anyway, it's pretty much a rosy picture. Again, we'll see how the budget works out through the May revise. And this is a reflection on ETP and the staff. So great job, everybody. Great job, panel members. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil. Any other public comments? Doesn't look like in the room. Anything online?
There's no public comments online.
All right, so we will then move to a couple of action items we have around in different parts. It's all yours, Laura.
Thank you. I think it's officially afternoon now, so good afternoon, panel members. Thank you for the opportunity to present the Electronic Vehicle Infrastructure Training Program, EVITP, guidelines and action item today. The purpose of the guidelines is to provide program objectives and an outline of the funding process, eligibility, and reporting requirements as stated in the memo behind you. ETP staff is requesting motion to approve the EVITP guidelines. If approved, the guidelines will be used to develop a solicitation for proposals. Additionally, ETP staff is requesting a slight change to the guidelines as presented. On page 3 of the guidelines in the contractor eligibility section, The first bullet should include Professional Trade Association and Apprenticeship Trainee Committee in the list of multiple employer contractors. ETP would like to request a motion from the panel to approve the EVITP guidelines as outlined in the memo with the modification to the contractor eligibility section.
Any questions of anyone on this? Or do we have a motion? Everyone's like, it's getting to that time of day. We're being quiet. Any questions on what Laura's presented to us around this? So I just need a motion. Is someone gonna do it?
Oh, fine. Okay. Motion to approve the electric vehicle infrastructure training program guidelines as amended into the staff report.
All right, and do I? Fantastic. So I've got a first and I've got a second. Do I have any public comment on this before we go to vote?
There are no public comments online.
All right, we will move to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill. Aye. Rebecca Bettencourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Brosky.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Holm. Aye.
All right, so the motion's adopted, so it's approved for you. You're welcome. Okay, what are we into next? I think it's policy ones, isn't it? Correct? Gotta hand it to you.
ETP is reviewing all current pilots and guidelines. At the December 2024 Policy Committee meeting, the committee reviewed the Respond pilot guidelines, which are designed to help California businesses affected by natural disasters. Staff is requesting an action item based on the recommendations of the Policy Committee to revise the Respond guidelines. These revisions include a general cleanup of punctuation and grammar of the guidelines and amend the definition of natural disaster as stated in the memo behind you. ETP would like to request a motion from the panel to approve the revised Respond pilot guidelines.
All right. Any
Motion to
questions?
approve the Respond,
It's just like I'm going.
Respond guidelines as
Second.
presented.
Any public comment on these ones?
There are no public comments online.
We will go to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Bettencourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Brosky.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Holm.
Aye.
It's approved.
At the December 2024 Policy Committee meeting, committee reviewed the Certified Safety Training Guidelines, which provide information regarding OSHA 1030 hazmat and HAZWOPER safety training curricula. Staff is requesting an action item based on the recommendations of the Policy Committee to revise the Certified Safety Training Guidelines. These revisions include a general cleanup of the punctuation and grammar for the guidelines and remove the cap to computer-based training as stated in the memo. ETP would like to request a motion from the panel to approve the revised Certified Safety Training Guidelines.
Okay, does anyone have any questions on this one? I have a comment. It's not a question or a request, I guess. It's nothing to do with this one. It's more of a general around safety training, that at some point of a policy, we could look at a deeper dive around what truly is approved safety training and what is not. So the mandated, non-mandated, any other potential certifications that we may want to add. But it's a much deeper dive than what this memo is, but could we look at that at some point? There was a lot of discussion about it in September and a lot of concern raised by some members of the public. So I'd just like us to look at that at some point.
I would be in agreement to that.
Thanks, Gretchen. All right, so we just need a motion for approval here.
Motion to approve the revised certified safety training guidelines.
Second.
Oh gosh, you got unison second. Okay, any public comments on these guideline revisions?
There are no public comments online.
I don't even know if we've got any members of the public left. We will now go to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Bettencourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Brosky.
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
Aye. All righty, I think it's now got to that time where it's the few and far of us between that we get to asking for a motion for adjournment, unless we would like to stay here longer for the day. And we still have to vote on it as well, people. Come on.
Motion to
adjourn. We just don't want to leave here. Do I have a second?
Second.
All righty, let's, there's no public comment on this one. Let's go to vote.
Douglas Tracy,
Aye.
Jennifer Fothergill,
Aye.
Rebecca Betancourt,
Aye.
Ricky Smiles,
Aye.
Kristen Browski,
Aye.
Gretchen Newsom,
Aye.
Madison Hall.
All righty, it's 12:07 and we're adjourning this meeting.
Thanks, everyone.
Aye.
Yeah.